This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This is your official Monday Night Raw review for tonight's show, September 11th, 2017. Coming to you from Anaheim, California, 2 weeks away from WWE No Mercy 2017 that will take place not too far from where Anaheim is in Los Angeles, California at the Staples Center, man. So WWE is getting us ready for that big double main event that we got for No Mercy. Lesnar, Strowman, Reigns, Cena, the continuation, the continued build for both of those matches took shape on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Those were the two biggest segments of tonight's show, plus a segment that literally came out of nowhere. And it seems like WWE is using The Miz to pretty much bury people whenever they see fit. And tonight, the victim was none other than Enzo Annoying. So we'll talk about that. Very interesting development there as to why Enzo was on Miz TV and was treated the way that he was tonight on Monday Night Raw, plus WWE putting the John Cena Braun Strowman match as one of its main events for the show, but not in the main event slot. I'll tell you why WWE did that, why they put together John Cena versus Braun Strowman for tonight's show with literally no build. I've been saying that that could be a pay-per-view match. That's a WrestleMania-worthy match that WWE is giving away for free. Just like everything else that they gave away in the past couple months. Cena Nakamura, Nakamura Orton. We're getting Lesnar and Strowman at No Mercy. We're getting Cena and Reigns at No Mercy. Why the hell not? Why not give us John Cena and Braun Strowman on Monday Night Raw? Other than that, it was a decent show. It wasn't bad. All I asked for is continuation of what we seen last week. I've been wanting that for a very, very long time on Monday Night Raw, and they seem to be doing that with some of the top storylines on this show. And one thing that WWE has been doing that I really do appreciate, and they need to start doing it more, and they need to start doing it more often, is announce what's coming next week. We're in the middle now of getting into the full swing of things with football. Tonight was the opening night for Monday Night Football. I don't know how much of you guys watched the show tonight. You might be going back on DVR and watching it. You might have just watched the two football games that were on tonight. I don't know. But as we get deeper into the football season, WWE is going to have to start prepping people for what is going to be coming to Monday Night Raw. And they're going to have to start announcing matches ahead of time and getting people excited for the show. Because it is football season and they're going to lose the majority of their audience live on Monday nights to ESPN for Monday Night Football. So that could be a way to alleviate some of the pain that Monday Night Football is going to cause, surely, on Monday nights. But I want to thank everybody for your love and support, as always. If you missed today's earlier video, man, I wanted to get the Raw review out tonight because tomorrow I got a few things coming. I'm going to be working my ass off for you guys, man. I'm feeling good about the channel. Monetization seems to be coming back on in, seems to be steady. But today I uploaded a Mae Young Classic Round 2 review. And if you guys want my thoughts on the Mae Young Classic, if you guys have been keeping up on the Mae Young Classic, I urge you all to go watch that, man. Very, very good stuff in Round 2. Tomorrow, I will be covering Round 3, and then Wednesday, we're going to be covering the final. It's going to be Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane in the final. Ronda Rousey and the 4 Horsewomen will be in attendance. Rumor has it that there's going to be some major angle that's going to be taking place with a possible plan for both factions, both horsewomen factions, both in MMA and WWE, to go head-to-head at Survivor Series 4-on-4 in November in Houston. So I will be covering that. I know SmackDown Live has a big night tomorrow night as well. Sin City Vegas, Sin City SmackDown. There's 3 championship matches happening on SmackDown Live. Going to be a big Tuesday, going to be a big Wednesday, so keep your eyes and ears on the channel, man. So if you guys missed the Mae Young Classic review for Round 2, if you guys care about that at all, I would greatly appreciate your love and support. Go thumbs that video up, go watch it, good stuff there. That link will be in the annotation that you see within the video, so make sure you guys go and check that out. And if you missed Off the Script this weekend, man, lots of good stories, lots of cool stories for Off the Script this weekend, episode 186. That will be linked with the Mae Young Classic stuff in the annotation that you see within the video. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. If you guys want to subscribe down below for the best WWE podcast right here on YouTube.com. That is what you got to do, man. Subscribe down below and hit that bell and turn on all notifications. If you guys want to support the show, several ways you guys can do that. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Mario Kart 8 will be uploaded directly to Patreon in the early hours this morning, man. I got it. I just got to edit it. I got to upload it. It is coming. It's recorded. It's coming. Exclusively to Patreon, man. I didn't forget about you guys. It's live. It's almost an hour. And it's a lot of rage. So you don't want to miss it, man. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe episode number 3 on the Nintendo Switch coming for my Patreons who pledge in $5 or more, man. Exclusively on Patreon. If you guys want to get in on that, man, JD from NY206 on Patreon.com. All new listeners of the show and all new subscribers of the podcast, you guys are going to get 30 days free of Audible. audibletrial.com/offthescript. I'm here in Charlotte, has a new book out this week, Charlotte Flair. If you guys want to see the inside scoop or hear the inside scoop of how Charlotte broke into the business, you guys can get that audio book for free just using my link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Great way to support the show just for listening tonight. And as always, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for your off the script t-shirts. Use code JD17 at checkout for 20% off your entire purchase. And a big shout out to my buddies over at capbeast.com who continue to support the podcast going through the last weeks of the summer on into the fall. Capbeast.com. Use code JD10 at checkout for 10% off if you guys are in the market for custom-made caps, logos, beanies, hats, anything you guys need. Custom logos on anything you guys want. Cap Beast is where you guys can get that stuff done. Code JD10 at checkout. Thank you guys so very much for everything that you guys do to support what I do here on YouTube. Let's get into the Monday Night Raw review, man. There was a few things that I liked about this show. It was really just a generic Monday Night Raw show. I mean, really nothing stood out besides the top programs going into No Mercy. You got Reigns and Cena building. You got Lesnar and Strowman building. And then you had this segment come out of nowhere with The Miz and Enzo Amore. I wish I had the audio, and I don't think WWE.com or YouTube's.com or YouTube.com, WWE's YouTube page, is going to upload the audio. If I can find the audio during the time of this review, I will play it for you guys because I definitely want to. I want you guys to hear this and what happened during this Enzo Amore segment. It was more like a burial of Enzo Amore, and we'll discuss it as we get to that part of the show. But what I want to talk about first is this Roman Reigns, John Cena situation that continues to build going into No Mercy. Now, as you guys know, John Cena and Jason Jordan had a match on Monday Night Raw last week. It was a very, very good match. And Jason Jordan really took it to John Cena. It was a very, very good showcase for Jason Jordan. John Cena gave his seal of approval, patted Jason Jordan on the head, had a few nice words for him, and it was a very, very good showcase match. Jason Jordan succeeded in his match with John Cena. You know, something that Baron Corbin cannot say. So it was good for Jason Jordan last week. But Roman Reigns came out last week and told John Cena that Jason Jordan is nothing but a rookie, and a rookie took him to 20 minutes. And John Cena struggled mightily with a rookie known as Jason Jordan. If John Cena was so great, John Cena is going to do this and that to me at No Mercy. Why did it take him almost 20 minutes to beat a rookie in Jason Jordan? So remember that from last week. Now we come to this week. What do you think is going to happen to Roman Reigns? He's obviously going to have to pay for his remarks last week to John Cena in regards to Jason Jordan. So this week, it was Roman Reigns and Jason Jordan. Now, I don't know what you guys think about Jason Jordan. You guys know how I feel about Jason Jordan. You guys know how I feel about the storyline. It really isn't coming into play that he's Kurt Angle's son. I mean, it's right now a foregone conclusion. It's a distant memory about Jason Jordan. But the fact that Jason Jordan is A, a great athlete, B, a very, very good professional wrestler, and C, in the ring, back-to-back weeks, with John Cena and Roman Reigns, to me, that means a lot, you know? To me, that spells success. I don't know about you guys. I mean, he could lose to John Cena and Roman Reigns, but as long as he has a good showcase with two of the biggest names in this company, I mean, I don't know how you could do any wrong there, man. I don't see how anybody could think this is a bad spot for Jason Jordan. Because if you prove yourself to John Cena one week, and then turn around the next week and do the same thing to Roman Reigns, what does that say to those guys? And what does that say to WWE management? Because you know if you put on a hell of a match with both of those guys back-to-back weeks, and you gain their trust, and you get their words of encouragement, and they take that back to management on their behalf, speaking highly of you, you're pretty much golden. So Jason Jordan, even though he lost back-to-back weeks against two of the biggest names in this company, to me, that's a golden ticket for Jason Jordan. He's got the in-ring skill. He's got what it takes to succeed in this company inside that squared circle. The only thing is he's got to develop character. He's got to develop some sort of charisma. He's got to stand out and not be boring, plain old vanilla Jason Jordan. That's going to smile every single week and be excited to be on Monday Night Raw. I want to see the frustration in Jason Jordan. I want to see the Jason Jordan that's going to be Northern Lights suplexing Roman Reigns. I want to see the guy who's going to be throwing John Cena around with a German release suplex. I want to see that physicality from Jason Jordan. But what we've seen out of Jordan the both weeks that we've seen him against Cena and Roman Reigns has been great. I thought it was great. And the one thing that I liked about this is that it continued from last week. Now, I have to give Monday Night Raw credit. The Raw of old, you could date back to earlier this year when Monday Night Raw was in fucking shambles. Nothing happened. Nothing happened that made sense. It was all over the place. But the fact that WWE is taking a small snippet of what was said last week and kind of continuing it this week with this storyline, you know, that means a lot to me, man. Because that's how I book it. Roman Reigns is saying, well, it took John Cena almost 20 minutes to beat a rookie in Jason Jordan. You're so tough. Why did it take you almost 20 minutes? So the way that I would have booked it is the same way that WWE booked it. Roman Reigns wants to run his big mouth about how Jason Jordan is a rookie. Let me see you do any better, man. So WWE continued the storyline, and it was simple, and they continued it from last week. I appreciate that. Now, in the end, Jason Jordan had a very, very good match with Roman Reigns. Two things I want to pinpoint here. Number one, Jason Jordan went to go shake Roman Reigns' hand in the beginning of the match. Roman Reigns kind of snickered at him, pretended like, who the hell are you? I don't need to shake your hand. I'm the big dog. You're nothing but a rookie, right? And at the end of this thing, Superman punch, spear, done. 1, 2, 3. Jason Jordan received a handshake from Roman Reigns. So Jordan issued a handshake. Roman ignored him. At the end of this match, Jason Jordan did such a good job that Roman Reigns extended his hand and shook Jason Jordan's hand and gave his seal of approval. That's a golden ticket to me, man. No matter if he lost, I don't care if he lost. There's no way that Roman Reigns or John Cena were going to lose anything going into their big match. They both have to look strong, which we'll talk about in a second because John Cena kind of looked the opposite in his match with Braun Strowman. But that's a different story. That's a different beast right there. But both men have to look strong. They're not going to lose a match to Jason Jordan. People were saying, oh, JD, isn't Jason Jordan buried? He just lost to Roman Reigns and John Cena. Absolutely not. If I'm Jason Jordan, I'm going to sleep with a goddamn smile on my face, man. That's how I feel. But Reigns beat Jordan, spear at 15 minutes and 18 seconds. Reigns shakes the hand of Jason Jordan post-match. So out comes John Cena. And I'm taking this directly from WWE's YouTube page. I know they cut about a minute or two from this. But this is the bulk of what John Cena said, and you guys have been liking these segments. You guys have been loving the live audio of the show mixed into the podcast, so I'm going to continue doing it. We've done it the last 2 weeks with John Cena and Roman Reigns. We're going to do it again. This is part 3 of John Cena, ripping Roman Reigns to shreds. And I will add my critique at the end of this thing for you guys. This is John Cena and Roman Reigns, Part 3, building towards their match at No Mercy. This is from WWE's YouTube channel.
I'm really excited to hear what you're going to say. Because to bring you up to speed, last week, Roman Reigns came out really upset that a rookie, Jason Jordan, almost defeated me. And here we are, right here, right now, when the rookie, Jason Jordan, almost beat the guy.
Actually, I was out here, John, having a great match. Something you know nothing about. Actually, now that I think of it, I've had more great matches in 2 years than you have in your whole career.
Wait a minute. That's like the pot calling the kettle black, bro. Gonna stop you right there. And I'm gonna add this to my No Mercy preview. I'm gonna mention this here, and I want it to sit on your brains for the next 2 weeks until we get to No Mercy. Okay? John Cena has gotten better as he's gotten older. I will say that. Whether you hate him, whether you love him, whether you're indifferent to him. You guys got to understand. Cena of old, I didn't like. This Cena, I like. He's grew on me. I like what he does. I like how he speaks. I like how he carries himself. He's the best promo in WWE when the situation calls for it. Does John Cena have great matches? Yes. But obviously, John Cena is carried to great matches. John Cena is a leader in the WWE. He's a leader in the locker room. He is the face of that company. Is he, by himself, a leader in the ring to bring out a great match in somebody? No. Absolutely not. And that was clear cut, clear as day, with his flag match. You could date right back to Battleground with Rusev. That was awful. That was two men in a match in the ring who are not leaders in the squared circle. So the match was god-awful. Cena has had great matches. Sami Zayn, Neville, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. Guys like that. Okay? Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose. You can even name those guys. Whoever else he's feuded with lately. Those guys are ring leaders. More so AJ Styles and guys like Neville and Sami Zayn. Guys like that. Kevin Owens. Those guys brought John Cena to great matches. AJ Styles has brought John Cena to some of the best matches that you will ever see from John Cena inside the WWE. That's because that's AJ Styles leading John Cena. When you got John Cena by himself, are you trusting enough to have John Cena create a 4 or 5-star match on his own? No. No. Same thing. Everything that I just said about John Cena, that is Roman Reigns as well. I don't trust Roman Reigns to have a great match on his own. Roman Reigns' best matches were with everybody that I just mentioned that brought John Cena to a great match. Now, Braun Strowman's a different guy. I don't know what it was with Braun Strowman, but Roman and Braun just were like a perfect match for one another. I don't consider Braun Strowman a ring general either. You know, he's 34 years old, but I don't consider him a ring general. Is he getting better? Is he somebody to... Yes, he's getting better, but is he somebody to lead a match and bring somebody else to a great match? No. They've just been perfect for one another. The situations called for it. WWE seemingly let the handcuffs off and they let these guys go at it and beat the crap out of each other. It is what it is. Ambulance matches, no holds barred matches, no DQ matches, last man standing matches. Every situation that WWE's put these guys in called for pretty much brutality. But if I am to say, is Roman Reigns going to lead somebody to a great match? No. He is identical to John Cena. So to me, that's like the pot calling the kettle black. Goddamn hypocrite is Roman Reigns. So what do you think is going to happen at No Mercy when both of these guys are going to get in the ring? It might be entertaining. It might be good. But are you going to be seeing two ring generals go at it? Are they going to give us a 5-star match? No, they're not. Is this going to be AJ Styles and John Cena at Royal Rumble 2017? No, it's not. This is going to be two men who can't really lead a match in a match together. It might end up being good, it might end up being okay, or it might end up being completely garbage. I don't know. But Roman Reigns has no grounds, scripted or not, to say those words to John Cena. They are both one in the same.
What you got to say about that, John?
I love it. I absolutely love it, dude. You make this easy for me. Usually I got to come out here and stay sharp. All I got to do is come out here and let you talk. You have skill and ability that any one of us would dream of having. You just got your head so far up your you're like a one-man human centipede. And why would you not be? You actually think that you run this place. You actually think you're responsible for all of this. Because nobody has ever cut you down to size. You see, you said a few weeks ago that I can spin anything. Well, John Cena can spin anything. No, it's not that I can spin anything. It's I challenge myself every day to try everything. And you feel as if you've already made it. And in this ring and in anywhere else in life, the second you think you made it is the beginning of the end.
Absolutely true. That goes with anything. Anything.
So, you are going to learn what real failure is all about, Roman Reigns.
Well, Roman Reigns has already experienced failure. Just look at the last 4 years in WWE trying to get him over. The last 4 years have been nothing but a failure to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, just like John Cena stated, has not done his job at all. Roman is a failure.
Because week after week after week, I come out here to give you a shot, taking your ass to school, and you fail, and fail, and fail. And that is not what the guy does. The guy steps up. The guy stays sharp. The guy does his homework, which is something you should have done before you drug your sorry ass out here. If you really are the guy, Roman Reigns, then you will dust yourself off. You will stand up, and at No Mercy, you'll show me something. Looking at you now, you ain't got it in your homes. No Mercy's gonna be a cakewalk.
You came to Monday Night Raw and you called me out, and I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because I'm selling the tickets that you haven't sold in 5 years.
Negative. House show numbers are down. I even read a report from when Dean Ambrose was WWE champion and when Roman Reigns was champion for both of their respective brands, that Ambrose was on par or greater than what Roman Reigns was doing for Monday Night Raw. So whatever statistic or whatever number Roman is coming up with or wherever he's getting his information, that means nothing. That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Roman thinks he's the big dog. What, because he could sell out a few arenas? People are still coming to see John Cena. And if there's John Cena and Roman Reigns on the bill, more people are coming to see John Cena than they are coming to see Roman Reigns. Simple as that. Fact.
You say I'm not doing my job, but ticket sales are great. Revenue is sky high. WWE.
Yeah, that's not because of Roman Reigns. Revenue is the most it's been in the company's history, but that really doesn't have anything to do solely with Roman Reigns. Are you kidding me?
Can make it without you. That's why you don't like me. WWE don't need you, John. You need WWE.
I'm going to stop it there again. I actually agree with Roman there. I don't think the WWE needs John Cena. John Cena is here because he wants to be here. WWE thinks they need John Cena, but realistically, they don't need John Cena. They don't. You know, he's not really moving the needle as far as ratings go. Maybe for live ticket sales and revenue and merchandise sales, yes. But are people watching the shows for John Cena? Is John Cena making that much of an impact for Raw or for SmackDown or for network subscriptions? No. So if John Cena went away tomorrow, I don't think WWE would be in any financial trouble whatsoever. At all. There's always something else that WWE can rely on. Cena is just there because he wants to be. And like I said, WWE feels like they need John Cena there. Because when John Cena's there, more revenue will be there for the company. That's all they care about. They see John Cena right now as a dollar figure. But they don't need him for television. They don't need him for ratings. They don't need him for, impressions on WWE.com or YouTube.com. They don't need him for that. So I agree with Roman in that sentiment. WWE really doesn't need John Cena.
And the fact of it is, you need WWE because, well, hell, he can't break into Hollywood, y'all.
Listen to Roman's tone. Listen to the way his words come out, the verbiage that he uses. I will mention something here that I'm hoping some of you guys picked up on when watching it live tonight.
I'm serious, man. If you need help, I know a guy.
You know, sometimes when people push you over the line, you got to fight fire with fire. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to put it in terms that even you can understand. At No Mercy, consider me like a drug test, Holmes.
Oh.
You ain't getting past me.
Buried!
Well, the heat is on as we head to Los Angeles in 2 weeks for No Mercy, Cena and Reigns. I cannot wait.
One thing I want to mention here about Roman Reigns. A, buried again. Nothing Reigns really said resonated with anybody. It was like, he should be right now. The mentality that Roman Reigns has, or should have, is he should be wanting to stick a spear through John Cena's chest. Right now, Roman Reigns isn't even, scratching the surface with a thumbtack on John Cena. Everything that Roman Reigns throws at John Cena, it's literally bouncing off of his chest. Like John Cena has this impenetrable armor on that Roman Reigns is doing absolutely no damage to, Roman Reigns, the way that they have Roman Reigns coming out, you can see the progression from the first week to the second week to the third week. Roman Reigns, they got Roman Reigns coming out here trying to be a little bit more laid back, sounding a little bit more laid back, sounding a little bit more realistic to how he probably really speaks, instead of sounding so overly scripted. He's trying to sound tough, but the realism that they're trying to get across through Roman Reigns, or with Roman Reigns, to John Cena isn't working. The overly scripted promos, him trying to remember his lines, him trying to cut John Cena down by saying the same thing that everybody said before him. Now he's pretty much having this laid-back attitude where he just calls John Cena a punk-ass bitch. That's his go-to. To me, that's reeking of desperation. When you got to dip into that bag and start pulling out punk-ass bitch as a retaliation line, and that's all you're relying on, that's not going to win a promo battle with John Cena. I don't care who you are. It's not going to win a promo battle. You could start saying the B word, you could start saying the F word, you could start using this word and that word. It ain't going to work. Once you start dipping into that bag, that is desperation. And Roman Reigns pretty much defeated himself at that point. So this laid-back, relaxed, realistic attitude that they're trying to give him now on this show, right? Having him come out starting to sound a little bit more how he usually sounds or how he realistically sounds away from WWE, it ain't working. It ain't working. John Cena 3, Roman Reigns a big fat 0. A big fat 0. So I just wanted to pinpoint all of that stuff to you guys on Monday Night Raw. So that was that. And that was the continuation of Reigns and Cena. The other thing that I want to go over is the Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman situation. Now, Paul Heyman came out. He invited Braun Strowman to fight Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was live on Monday Night Raw in Anaheim. Lesnar and Heyman in the ring. We're going to go over this segment for Monday Night Raw because Paul Heyman, again, great as always on the microphone. I had a story on Off the Script that WWE management and creative thinks that Paul Heyman is too controversial. That if they had a choice that, if they had a choice that Paul Heyman wouldn't be on Monday Night Raw because they feel he has a way of manipulating things for Brock Lesnar and has a way with Vince McMahon that plans for Brock Lesnar are easily changed. And if Heyman wasn't there, that Brock Lesnar would be more apt to doing the things that WWE creative gives him. There's a reason for that. It's because nobody in WWE creative, Vince McMahon himself, doesn't know how to book Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has to be booked completely different than everybody else on the roster. The one man that gets that is Paul Heyman. You're not going to say no to Paul Heyman when it comes to Brock Lesnar because when it comes to Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman knows best. And there's a reason why this man is making $6 million. You shut up and you let him and his men do what they have to do to give you the most realistic storylines that are on WWE television. Because that's what we want. That's what we pay for. There's a reason why he's their biggest money draw. So you don't question anything that Paul Heyman does. Without Paul Heyman, you don't have Brock Lesnar. So next time you want to say that Paul Heyman is controversial, this show needs controversial. Paul Heyman invites Braun Strowman to fight Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw.
Now, from what I understand, for the first time in a one-on-one situation since Brock Lesnar fought The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the odds are against Brock Lesnar. It reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, of Brock Lesnar in 2002, when the next big thing asserted his declarative mantra that stated eat, sleep, conquer, repeat by beating, victimizing, and conquering, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
Great
the
match.
immortal Hulk Hogan, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Mr. ECW Rob Van Dam, and The Undertaker himself. And now tonight, Braun Strowman's gonna come out here and he's gonna try to beat, victimize, and conquer John Cena. So, as Corey Graves would ask, Braun Strowman, are you going to monster handle John Cena? Are you that bad? Are you better than the baddest dude on the planet? Does monster slay beast? Because Braun Strowman, are you ready to cross the border from the safety of sports entertainment into the hostile ground known as Suplex City? And not to ruin the box office appeal of Sunday night, September 24th at the Staples Center in LA on a pay-per-view known as No Mercy. But when they used to lock my client in the Broctagon, they would look him in the eyes and say, "Fighter, are you ready?" So, fighter, are you ready? Because Braun Strowman, I know you're back there. I know you're looking for your excuse to come down this aisle and fight Brock Lesnar. You're not running away like any mere mortal. No, you're waiting for your excuse to step up and fight Brock Lesnar. So, here's your excuse. Fighter, are you ready? Fighter ready? Fighter ready? Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, fight!
Well, Brock looks ready.
So that was that point. I don't want to play the intro to his music. I don't want to get copy ID'd for anything. Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman had a colossal showdown tonight. They stared down. Lesnar suplexed Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman no-sold the hell out of it. He got right up. Brock Lesnar looked stunned. He looked like, what the hell is going on here? I don't believe that you stood up almost immediately. Braun Strowman followed with a choke slam, followed with a power slam. He then goes over to the Universal Championship, which is laying vacant on the ground. He picks it up, holds it in the air. Paul Heyman with a shocked look on his face. Then Braun Strowman lays the title across Braun Strowman's chest and then pounds his chest with the championship on Brock Lesnar. I'd never seen Brock Lesnar manhandled like that before, or at least in recent memory. I never seen Brock Lesnar mocked like that, as Braun Strowman did tonight. And I'm very excited about this, man. This is a WrestleMania-esque match at No Mercy. This is what people pay to see. We got a larger-than-life athlete in Braun Strowman. We got a larger-than-life box office extravaganza in Brock Lesnar, right? They're going to go head-to-head at No Mercy. This is a monster match for WWE. Now, I know I've been against these big matches happening on B-level pay-per-views. I've been against these matches happening on Monday Night Raw. I understand that WWE wants to make every show the biggest show possible. I understand that. But they should look themselves in the mirror when WrestleMania comes, and they should book No Mercy like they're booking WrestleMania. Or they should book WrestleMania like they're booking No Mercy, I should say. You know? But I'm excited about this. Now, the question remains, does Brock Lesnar win the match? And if so, is the title going to be off Monday Night Raw? If Braun Strowman wins, what's going to happen to Brock Lesnar? What's going to happen to the proposed match with Lesnar and Reigns at WrestleMania that everybody seemingly is talking about? You know, is it the right time for Braun Strowman to win the Universal Championship? I gave you guys a multitude of scenarios about this, and I don't really want to reiterate it again. I don't want to go over it again. You guys know how I feel. I don't think Brock Lesnar, now with Survivor Series coming up, that's a hit or miss. I'm assuming Brock Lesnar is going to be at Survivor Series. I don't see why not. But from what I read and what I heard, Lesnar doesn't have any more dates for the rest of the year. So the Universal Championship is going to be off television for 4 months. Now, do you have Lesnar win the match, but these guys beat the holy hell out of each other, and Lesnar retains, and after the match, Strowman destroys Brock Lesnar? That keeps him off television for 4 months. That could be. What if Strowman wins the match? Lesnar wants a rematch at the Royal Rumble. He can win the title back at the Royal Rumble, but Strowman, in the meantime, can keep the title on Monday Night Raw. Then the question is, who does he feud with? Who does he defend the title against? So, we don't know what WWE has in store. I don't think there really is anybody on Monday Night Raw that is worthy of holding the Universal Championship right now. To be honest with you, there's the same issue on SmackDown Live. I don't think there's anybody on SmackDown Live besides Shinsuke Nakamura that is worthy of holding the WWE Championship right now. And I'm excluding AJ from that because he's the U.S. champion. Otherwise, he would be right in that discussion. But there's really nobody on Monday Night Raw that I'm dying to see as Universal Champion. You know? So the question remains, what do you do? I'd say Samoa Joe, but I don't see WWE pushing Samoa Joe in that direction after they already did it with Brock Lesnar. They pushed him in that direction with Brock Lesnar, and it was a 2-month thing, and that's it. They're going to move their separate ways. Move on from there. You know, they're going to go in their separate ways. But I don't really find anybody that I'm dying to see on Monday Night Raw as Universal Champion. So it is a very, very sticky situation right now. And I'm leading towards Brock Lesnar winning this match. Now, Braun Strowman had a match with John Cena tonight. I would have normally complained about it, and I kind of complained about it, but I understood why they were doing it. WWE wanted all eyes on their show, so they figured, you know what, if I'm switching over from Monday Night Football and I see Braun Strowman and John Cena, you got my attention with that. And B, the reason why this didn't close the show at 11 o'clock, instead they put it on at the top of the 10 o'clock hour, is because the first game on Monday Night Football was just ending. So you had a little time in between the first game and the end of the first game and then going into the second game. You had a little time in between there. So WWE figured, you know what, we're going to put on our biggest match of the show now when there's no game going on. So that's exactly why they did that. But WWE booking this match, you know, coincidentally, for the opening night of Monday Night Football, is not by, some strange occurrence. WWE did this clearly on purpose. So they knew what they were doing, and they're going to continue doing this on through the Monday Night Football season. Believe me. It's not the first big, first-time only matches we're going to see on Monday Night Raw. It's not. So I understood why they did it. And the match that they had, I'm glad that I didn't see it on pay-per-view because it really wasn't all that impressive to begin with. It was John Cena showing his strength. He did get the AA on Braun Strowman, but mostly it was Braun Strowman destroying John Cena. And it was a showcase for Braun Strowman tonight, not only to destroy John Cena, but he destroyed Brock Lesnar as well. So all signs are pointing right now to Brock Lesnar ultimately retaining the title, but Braun Strowman looking like a dominant monster among men that they booked him as. So he destroyed John Cena tonight, hit him with the steel steps, power slammed him on the steel steps. There was one strange occurrence in this match. Referee just let Braun Strowman hit John Cena on the outside with the steel steps. This wasn't a no disqualification match, by the way. This was a regular match. Braun Strowman nails John Cena on the outside with the steel steps, no disqualification. Braun Strowman brings the steps on into the ring, and he power slams John Cena on the steel steps, but that is reason enough for disqualification. The first time wasn't? I don't know. Little illogical there. I hope you guys seen that. I seen it, and I scratched my head at that decision, so I didn't know what the hell was going on there. But Braun Strowman ultimately beat John Cena, destroyed John Cena tonight. Roman Reigns was interviewed, and Charlie Caruso asked him, what did you think of what Braun Strowman did to John Cena? And Roman Reigns laughed, and he says, exactly what I'm going to do to him at No Mercy. But, again, the pot calling the kettle black. You couldn't do that to Braun Strowman, right? You couldn't do that to Braun Strowman. John Cena couldn't get anything done against Braun Strowman. So what makes you think that you're going to do anything better against John Cena? When both of you are pretty much even right now. You can't have great matches on your own without somebody in there much better than you. And B, both of you have been destroyed by Braun Strowman. So Roman Reigns has got a lot of talk, and he's got nothing to back it up. Nothing. The other big thing on this show was The Miz. The Miz and Enzo Amore. And I want to talk about this, and I don't have a video for this. I wish I did. WWE did not upload this segment to their YouTube channel. Otherwise, I would have played it for you guys for sure. But the other big thing was The Miz and Miz TV with Enzo Amore. Miz and Maurice came out. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel were there as always. The Miz Taraj present. Miz announced that he and Maurice were having a baby. Congratulations to them. If that's true, fantastic. I hope that is true, and I hope that they're just not really playing up for this segment alone. I hope that it wasn't said just to get heel heat and heat for this segment. I'm hoping that they're really pregnant and it's a real life thing. Either way, congratulations. Miz began to pull out a prepared statement about how happy he was. This was the most joyous occasion in his life. And Enzo interrupted. Enzo said he came out to celebrate with The Miz and Maurice becoming parents. He said that he and Big Cass were the next big thing, The Miz said. And they sell out merchandise and everybody loved them, but look at him now. You don't know when to shut your mouth. You don't listen. You think you know more than anybody else. That's why you're kicked out of WWE tour buses and kicked out of the WWE locker room. And my eyes widened when this was being said. I'm like, uh-oh, here's another burial on Monday Night Raw. Miz says if he thinks he chose to bring his personality to the WWE Cruiserweight division, you're wrong. There was nowhere else for you to go because nobody can stand him. Wow. You are in the Cruiserweight division because there was no other position for you. You're banished. We don't want you here, so they put you on 205 Live. Miz said that's coming from him, and nobody could stand him at first, but he learned and regrouped. Miz says he should be asking him for advice, but instead he interrupted the most sacred moment of his life. I see so much freaking talent in you, but you make mistake after mistake after mistake, The Miz said. He said all he cares about is hanging out with third-rate rappers. Said Neville and others in the Cruiserweight division do amazing aerial moves, but when he goes to the top rope, he falls flat on his face. said Enzo is nothing more than a con artist with a couple of catchphrases. Now, I don't know where the con artist thing comes from, but I did hear this week that Liv Morgan, who was dating Enzo Amore, is now single, and she posted something cryptically on, I believe, Instagram, saying that she is now single, and this is what a single woman looks like when she's not being cheated on. Apparently, Enzo cheated on Liv Morgan. So that makes him an even bigger dumbass than he was before. Enzo, at this point, looked like he was about to fucking cry. He really looked like he was gonna cry, man. I thought he was, really. Enzo looked like he was gonna cry. He asked, so you want to get real, huh? I remind you, I'm the realest guy in the room. As you alluded to, Mikey, he says, you and I have been in similar situations. He says that they have nothing in common because his heat came from copying others. So he says the Miz is copying others. He says he copied Chris Jericho and Ric Flair. He said maybe he gets annoying, yes, but he is original, and he ain't a carbon copy of other people. All right, pal? He says he's going to No Mercy to become the Cruiserweight Champion after beating Neville, and then he'll come back to Raw and beat The Miz. He called him nothing more than a paper champion. Miz asked the crowd if they think he's a paper champion. He asked Enzo if he thinks he's championship material. He said if that was the case, his best friend wouldn't have abandoned him. Enzo says that all he needs right now is what he has in his fists. And Miz says that he has no idea what he's getting into. Miz says that he'll show him how to walk, how to talk, and how to act like a champion. So he put his hand on Maurice's belly and said that he'll dedicate this win to his unborn child. Enzo then followed up and said Enzo said he'll apologize to the baby when it's born. But Daniel Bryan was right. There's only one word to describe him. S-A-W-F-T, soft. Now, to me, that was probably the best segment on the entire show. And I hate Enzo Amore, but that was the best segment on the show. Enzo has great mic skills, yes, when he wants to. Most of the time, he's annoying. Most of the time, his theatrics just are grade A cringe. But he is a very, very good talker on the microphone. The Miz is doing some of the best work in his career. If you thought 2016 was some of the best work for The Miz, which it was a different level. That was storytelling in the ring and bringing The Miz from nothing, coming over from Monday Night Raw, to making him a A-list guy on SmackDown with the Intercontinental Championship and that feud with Dolph Ziggler. This year, it's The Miz taking his promo work to another level. I don't think anybody, The Miz right now is in John Cena level category on the mic. And I'm wondering why this actually came to be. Was this a punishment for Enzo Amore? Now, it could be, but I'm really enjoying this, worked shoot type of thing that WWE has been kind of incorporating into their show. I want to see more of this. Now, this might have been something to teach Enzo a lesson. I'm going to go on that because whatever's been talked about with Enzo, the fact that he was kicked off the WWE tour bus in Europe, that Roman Reigns kicked him off the tour bus, that people hate him, that people are kicking him out of the locker room, that people moved him from Monday Night Raw to 205 Live because they genuinely can't stand him, that nobody likes him. I think that WWE made this segment and had it come off the way that it did because most of this is common knowledge now. And they kind of wanted it to get out in the open, and they figured that it would make a good storyline. And on top of that, pretty much teach Enzo a lesson and bury Enzo in the meantime. And there's no better person to do that than The Miz. The Miz, the way he verbally articulates things, he cuts you to shreds like John Cena does when John Cena's in the zone. So The Miz was perfect for this segment. But I think this is common knowledge enough to the point that WWE said, you know what? We're just going to have this work shoot segment right here. We're going to bring out some of these truths. And people are going to, who really aren't in the know, kind of ask, well, was this real? Or is this part of the show? So I'm liking it. But this work shoot stuff is great. And I'm loving every minute of it. As far as the match goes, I couldn't care less about the match. Enzo beat The Miz by DQ with the Miztourage interfering. I think Enzo mentioned something about who the real father is. He questioned if Maurice was cheating on The Miz. Kind of a low ball thing to say, even if the comment or the announcement of their baby was not true. You know, it's kind of a lowball, scummy thing to say. But that got Enzo DQ'd when pretty much he was just destroyed by the Miz Taraj. He ate a skull-crushing finale at the end. Post-match, Neville sees Enzo in the back, breathing heavy, defeated, injured, just laughs in his face. And Neville and Enzo are going to be battling one-on-one at No Mercy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Other than that, nothing really else happened on this show, man. Sasha Banks versus Emma. Somebody must be listening to Off the Script, because I've been talking about Sasha Banks versus Emma, you know, for a long time now. But to me, it should be under different circumstances. It should be with Sasha as the women's champion and Emma as the challenger. But Alexa Bliss was on commentary for this match. Nia Jax, just out of nowhere, her music hits while the match is going on between Sasha Banks and Emma. I don't know why. I mean, was there a reason for Nia Jax to come out there and just have her music play during the match, only to sit down next to Alexa Bliss at the commentary booth? Come on, man. That distracts everybody from what's going on in the ring. And what's going on in the ring is the most important part of the show. Okay? So don't give me that nonsense. Made absolutely no sense here. And I'm not ready for a Nia Jax title run. I'm not. I'm telling you right now. Sasha Banks made Emma tap out with the bank statement. I am assuming this is going to be the similar outcome that we will see at No Mercy. Emma is only in the match to eat the pin. Whether it's Alexa retaining the title or it's Alexa losing the title and somebody else pinning Emma. All I know is that if Alexa loses the title, she's not being pinned. Because she made a comment about it, saying how she hates the Fatal 4-Way ruling because she can go in there and ultimately not be pinned and lose her title. That's not fair to her. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Goldust versus Bray Wyatt. People wanted to know why this match was happening. I don't know. But it was a symbolic match. This match was used mainly as symbolism because Bray Wyatt challenged Finn Balor, again, without the demon paint. Balor knows that, or Wyatt rather, knows that Balor is the same man with or without the makeup. Something that everybody's been saying for the last couple of weeks now. You know, we don't know why this match is happening. It is what it is. I heard a rumor that Joe, before he got injured, Samoa Joe was going to feud with Finn Balor. And when Joe went down with an injury, WWE continued Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor for at least another month until Samoa Joe gets back from injury. But Bray Wyatt used this match as mainly symbolism. He gave Goldust's sister Abigail and then took a towel and wiped the face of Goldust off. He wiped the makeup off Goldust's face and said, look, he's just a normal human being, just like everybody else, just like Finn Balor. So this match was used mainly as symbolism to show that Balor is the same person with or without the makeup. Who wants to walk with Elias? I do. I wish they'd let Elias just fucking get heel heat during the show. Comes out and has a match with Kalisto. Kalisto interrupts him as he's just burning down Anaheim, which I started laughing at. Elias beats Kalisto with Drift Away at 5 minutes. Who cares? This is the best that they got for Elias. Elias keeps winning. I hope that he keeps winning, and I hope that one day we see him get compensated for all these wins. Because I like Elias, man. I see a lot of potential in Elias. I think Elias has a great look and a great gimmick. Give him a situation that could take him to the next level. I don't want to see him against Kalisto, man. Kalisto should be in Titus Catering. He's a Titus Catering all-star. He should not be anywhere near guys like Elias. Elias wins with the Drift Away at 5 minutes. Asuka is coming to Monday Night Raw. The burial of Asuka will soon be upon us. For Kevin Dunn does Asuka like Wood? You know, is she related to Nakamura? You know? Good thing she didn't end up on SmackDown. She probably would have ended up in a storyline where she was revealed to be the long-lost sister of Shinsuke Nakamura. God forbid. But regardless, she's coming to Monday Night Raw. I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I was mostly joking and looking for a reaction with my tweet. I even tweeted out, the burial of Asuka can soon begin on Monday Night Raw. Obviously, I'm going to give it a chance. I hope that WWE realizes what they have in Asuka and what they have in that streak. But I tell you this, if I'm Triple H and I see them completely bury Asuka and ruin Asuka on the main roster, that will be the proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back. If I was Triple H, I would sit Vince and in an office somewhere and tell them, enough is enough. You cannot beat Asuka. Asuka should not lose at all. She remains undefeated on Monday Night Raw. And my prediction, Nia wins. She's got this overwhelming odds against her. And Asuka beats the big giant, Nia Jax, for the title. And Asuka is the new women's champion on Monday Night Raw. Nia and Alexa have already made snide comments. Oh, look, Asuka's coming to Monday Night Raw. Another woman that's going to try and steal our spotlight. Honey, Asuka isn't coming to steal your spotlight. She already has your spotlight. Believe me. Believe me. Asuka needs to be the greatest female performer that this company has ever seen. Continue what they did in NXT and you will be fine. Easy as pie to book. Main event scene, Rollins, Ambrose, and the Hardys versus Cesaro, Sheamus, Gallows, and Anderson. Don't care. I don't care. This is all of WWE's tag teams in one match. That's what they wanted to end with. They have the continued frustration between the champions and Sheamus and Cesaro. The Hardy Boys are just there because they're the most popular team on Monday Night Raw. Matt was a little bit more broken than usual on tonight's Monday Night Raw. He started doing the teeth thing where he does, he starts doing that. He brought out a whole wonderful, he did yes. So Matt looking like a little more awoken or broken on Monday Night Raw. Corey Graves even asks, what's wrong with Matt Hardy? And then Michael Cole said, what isn't wrong with Matt Hardy? So we might be seeing something facilitated here with the awoken thing. If you guys watch Off the Script on part number 2, you guys seen the nice little promo that Matt Hardy cut on his YouTube channel, Matt Hardy brand. The awoken thing might be becoming a reality. So we'll see what happens with that. But Rollins, Ambrose, Hardys beat Sheamus, Cesaro, Gallows, and Anderson. Dirty deeds to Carl Anderson, as always. Anderson eating another pin. Dirty deeds to Carl Anderson to close Monday Night Raw. And that was your show. Decent show. But WWE, like I said, needs to continue building towards next week. They need to keep the momentum from one show going on into the next. Take some pieces from last week's show and put it on into next week. They need to hype what's coming next week a little bit more often so that we could get excited. And maybe WWE can have some type of saving grace during Monday Night Football season. But other than that, man, it was a decent show. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a good show. It was just there. Some segments, as always, stood out. Some I didn't care about. But during a 3-hour show, like we always say, you're going to have a lot of filler. And there's always at least 3 things on this show that really catch your attention. And that really isn't enough to make it a really, really great Monday Night Raw. There won't be a really, really great Monday Night Raw until they go back to 2 hours. And that's not happening for a couple of years. But that's your Monday Night Raw review, man. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below of all the top stories coming out of Monday Night Raw. And I will see you tomorrow for the 3rd round review of the Mae Young Classic. And I will have a SmackDown Live review tonight. Tonight, yeah, it is Tuesday night. Pretty much is Tuesday night. Tonight, I will have a SmackDown Live review. And we will cover the Mae Young Classic final between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler on Wednesday, along with NXT, man. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything. If you missed anything that I previously posted this weekend or today, links will be in the annotation within the video. Hit that thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for everything. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206, and hit that subscribe button down below with that bell for all notifications, man. I'm JD. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with round 3 coverage of the Mae Young Classic. I'll talk to you later.